Alright, I just got back from Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, and Jesus fucking Christ was this movie bad. Just full heads up, spoilers right out the gate, because this movie is not worth your time or money. This fucking rotting corpse of a fucking film should have stayed dead and buried. So, first, some basic introduction to the film. For those of you that don't know what Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse is, basically, what would happen if you crossed a teen sex comedy with a zombie film? You'd get this. Now, that does sound like an interesting concept. In essence. But this movie botches it so badly that this movie fails on every single possible level. So if you haven't seen the trailers, then basically a lot of the humor in this movie is sex humor or gross out humor. Now, I know humor is universal, and I like gross out humor and gross out movies at times. And sex comedies, I like Sex Drive. I like the core American Pie franchise. But this movie fails so badly, and I like satires or comedies of horror movies. Like, Zombieland was really good, and the Christmas-themed satire movies that are coming out around Christmas look really interesting, too. But this movie fails so badly to capture any kind of humor or anything. So, let's get started. Like I said, spoilers, but I urge you do not turn off my video. Watch it, because I guarantee you that anything I say in this video will be funnier or more entertaining than this film. In fact, if you want a funny zombie thing to watch online, watch fucking this Walking Dead satire where it's another one bites the dust. Or hell, watch House of the fucking Dead. That's more funnier than this movie, and that wasn't even meant to be fucking funny. But I digress. So, the movie opens up with the guy from Workaholics. I don't know his name. He's a janitor at this research lab. And this is where the movie gets its first laugh out of me. He's lip-syncing and dancing to a Taylor Swift club song. Okay, it was kind of funny. And basically he finds a zombie, and, like, tries to bring him back to life after he accidentally touches up monitor and it turns off. Now, this is a problem that this movie has, is that it never addresses what the zombie virus is and what are its rules and how it spreads. This guy, the guy from Workaholics, finds this guy hooked up to, like, respirator tubes, who's a zombie, and then he dies. But from what the movie was showing, it looked like he was far into the zombie virus, and he was dead, and they were keeping him in a medically induced coma. The movie never addresses this, or never addresses anything specifically to what is going on in the scene. They just show dumbass janitor guy thinking he killed him and tries to bring him back to life by doing chest compressions, and he collapses his chest, and the zombie tries to bite him while he's trying to pull his hands out of his chest. That was kind of funny. I could overlook plot holes for that scene. But one of my major problems with comedy movies is the humor cannot come at expense of character development. I said this in my TED 2 review, where you can't have a character be defined one way in one scene and then have him break that character development for no reason other than it's just a joke that's happening. That doesn't work. So anyway, he tries to bring him back to life, and he ends up getting killed. Meanwhile, the scientist guy who was in the room is trying to get, like, Cheeto knockoffs out of, like, a vending machine and can't get it. Workaholics guy gets turned into a zombie and then kills the scientist guy. Now, here's another problem with this movie. It's not advertising itself as a horror movie, but for the first 30 minutes or so, there's a lot of jump scares for no reason. Like, they're trying to build tension that they're clearly not caring for later on, and that they're clearly not establishing at all in the long run. It's just, okay, we want to put pointless jump scares here. And, okay, that works in a comedy. Yes, it does, but it doesn't work when you keep on doing it. It worked in Horrible Bosses because it was so out of the ordinary and for, like, no fucking reason. Like, there's a cat jump scare in the first Horrible Bosses. But this, it's like they're trying to build tension with these zombies, but then they never pay it off because, like, I'll get to the silly, stupid things that the zombies do in this movie, but it just never pays off. So we cut to our main characters. I don't know their names, I don't remember their names, I'm just gonna define them by their stereotypes. Guy who likes sex, main guy, and fat stupid guy. They're doing a scout presentation led by David Ketchner, who plays their scoutmaster. Basically, they run into a deer that turns out to be infected by the zombie virus. The deer runs away, like, off camera and, like, oh, something weird's going on. And while they're on the road because of this, because they lost their tire, guy who likes sex a lot, his sister and her friends stop by. Horror character, Fry character, forced romantic interest, and jock douche character combine, like, oh yeah, like, what's going on, blah blah blah. Here, we're going to this party tonight, come with us. And so they, sex guy and main character guy, against main character guy's discretion, basically they want to go to this party and leave fat stupid guy behind, because, like, they don't like scouts anymore, but they're only in scouts because his dad died and he taught scouts. I don't know, the movie doesn't really explain it, but it's just like, he likes scouts and they're in scouts because he likes scouts. So, and fat kid is getting his condor badge. And, like, their plan is, like, we'll stay for a little bit while he gets his badge, and then when him and scoutmaster, whatever, go to sleep, we'll go to this party and then come back in the morning. So they try to buy booze by giving money to a homeless guy out in front of the store, and doesn't work. Then hot, sexy stripper, cocktail waitress woman buys them beer. She is also a Fry in this movie for some reason. So basically, the movie wastes a bunch of time on a bunch of, like, just unfunny, like, dialogue jokes. And, like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's the same thing. This character who likes sex is, like, picture all the horn dog characters from fucking sex comedies and, like, take all the humanity out of those characters and just compile all those stupid, all the worst sex jokes into one guy. Like, oh man, we have to go to this party. We can't wear these scout uniforms anymore either, because we're gonna be juniors. And when you're a junior in high school, you get so much pussy. Yeah. Like, just fuck. Just fuck this movie. Fuck. God damn it. So they go to like the Condor Badge ceremony. Scoutmaster, whatever his face, got killed by research lab zombie. And once again, this is another problem. The movie does not they don't have to show the zombie leaving, but they have to like explain how the zombie was able to leave the research base, which we never know where this base is, infect a deer, and then get into the middle of the woods. This continues, this random sequence of the zombie virus spreading, because when the scouts are out in the woods, when they get back in the town, which is like 5 hours later, everyone in town, except for our main characters and the people at the party, are turned into zombies. For no discernible reason. Like, no discernible explanation as to how this happened so quickly. How the army supposedly tried to evacuate people and failed. And then wants to bomb the town. And this is another thing that the movie fails so badly at, is some zombies are feral and will attack on sight, like Walking Dead style zombies. They shamble around and attack. Other zombies are like Day of the Dead zombies, where they're going about their daily lives, like old lady bitch zombie who's sitting in her house, like peeking out the window at other zombies. Or stripper zombie, who strips for main character guy, and then tries to eat his face off. This movie continues to do this with no discernible reason as to why some zombies go about their daily lives, and some of them are feral. And they also show that some zombies are super smart. Like, they knock down doors and look for people. They can open doors. They can run. But then some of them shamble. And once again, this virus can spread to animals. But they never explain why or how. Alright, back. Just fuck this movie. So they don't really explain any of how this zombie virus works, which could have worked to a degree. Like I said, if the jokes were better instead of just shit, tits, and fuck jokes. Like, that's it. That is it. The best joke in the entire movie is, at one point, Fat and Stupid Scout sings "Hit Me Baby One More Time" to a zombie. I don't know if I laughed because it was actually funny, because it was outlandish, or if because I was just so desperate for a fucking laugh that I was like, that's actually kind of funny. Ha 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 ha. Just... So basically they meet up with cocktail waitress woman from earlier. She saves them when they're at the bar. She shoots the zombies and stops them. Where scout guy who always wants to have sex with people stabs one of the zombies in the head with a bottle, and like blood starts pouring on his face. Now, if they had stuck with that type of humor, like the over-the-top kind of gore, and done more of that, then this film wouldn't have been great, but it would have been better. It would have been something. Like, make a satire of like those old Italian horror films or something. Like Zombie or something like that. Like have a scene where like a woman gets her eyeball shoved out by a fucking door or something. Like over the top gore would have worked, but this movie doesn't even really have that. It's gory, yes, but there doesn't seem to be a point to any of it. It never comes off as the gore is part of a joke. It's just things that are happening. There's no jokes in this movie. It's just shit that is happening. So they meet up with her and they plan on like leaving. Like they go to the police station. The police station is deserted. They get locked in there. We're treated to some more jokes that were a chuckle in the trailer, but don't really equal anything here. Like, guy who wants to have sex all the time is taking selfies with the zombies. Or like as they're escaping the police station, one of the police officer women gets her shirt caught in the door, and somehow miraculously her tits pop out. I guess she wasn't wearing a bra, and she has like these really like fake, like double D fucking veiny zombie tits. And like he just squeezes them and like runs away. He's like, I touched them! I don't think they're real! Ah! When there are a bunch of zombies chasing after him. That's another reason why a lot of these sex jokes don't land. Because self-preservation. I don't care how fucking desperate you are for sex. If there's fucking zombies chasing you, you're not gonna fucking squeeze the fucking zombies' tits. You're just not. This isn't fucking Necronomic. Where you wanna like sleep with fucking dead people. She's fucking dead. Her tits are fucking disgusting. She's fucking dead. So, they leave and fat kid runs into them in the police station, so they're all together. They then run into an army guy who is bitten and turns. Before he turns, though, the scouts are like, oh, we have to find, like, your sister, and, like, the people at the party, like, warn them that this is going on and get out of town. But, they gave the guy who wants to have sex the wrong address, so they have to go find the address at his house in his like sister's diary. So after some more unfunny scenes, which includes old lady zombie having her teeth fall out because she has dentures and gumming guy who wants to have sex a lot on the ass, which I'm surprised he wasn't turned the fuck on by that, because, you know, pussy and poo-tang and ass and coochie. Yeah! Surprised he wasn't turned on by that. But anyway, they kill her. I forget specifically how they kill her. Oh, right, they cut her head off in a window. The only props I can give the zombies is that David Koechner, I think his name is, David Koechner is having fun playing like a zombie who basically, his running joke is that he keeps on getting the shit beat out of him. First he's set on fire, then he's run over, and like eventually he's blown up. I only chuckled there not because any of this is funny, but if this was played better, it would have worked. Actually, you know what's a better zombie movie? A better zombie horror bloody comedy? Fucking Dead Snow 2. Dead Snow 2 is a better movie than this. Go watch Dead Snow 2. But anyway, back to this. I'll explain why Dead Snow 2 is better after this review. So, they find the journal. Turns out it was in her underwear drawer, and main guy didn't want to look there because sexual urges and didn't want to steal her panties and stupid fucking bullshit. So basically they're ambushed in the house and they have to jump a fence using a trampoline which a zombie was jumping on. And I admit that was a interesting little sight gag. Like while the main character and the badass Fry character that he doesn't hook up with are talking to me like, you know, that girl you want to hook up with, like, you just need to grow a pair of balls, like, you know, kiss me. And, like, as they're talking, you see the zombie going boing, boing, boing up in the background. Like, that was kind of funny. So, the house gets ambushed. They have to jump it. When it's his first... It's funny because the fat kid didn't make it on the first go. He had to jump on the trampoline and stumble over. Then, when it's main character's time to go, he finds the diary as the zombies knock the bookshelf over. And he almost falls out the window, but he holds on to old man zombie dick. Not even joking. He grabs an old man's dick, like an old man zombie's dick, and like, oh, I'm slipping, guys, I'm slipping. And we're shown it, and it's like, looks like that really fake cock that they had in Bad Grandpa. Like, that's basically what he's holding on to, and it rips and he falls down. Ugh. And he's like, I got it, and he holds up the wrong hand, and he's still holding on to the zombie cock. He goes, oh my god, it's a zombie cock, it's funny, laugh, laugh. It wasn't funny the fucking first 5 minutes we showed it to you, laugh. He throws it away and it goes into a zombie's mouth. Hilarious! So, after that, we then are shown what's going on at the party, and this one of Slutty Girl's boyfriend is like, oh baby, let's fuck in this dirty old factory. And she's like, no, but I'll let you eat me out. And she, like, puts on headphones and, like, watches shit while he's doing it, but before he can eat her out, he gets attacked by zombie with no jaw. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Walking Dead did a zombie with no jaw and a tongue hanging out. Practically. They did this digitally, and it's the stupidest fucking effect you've seen. He gets killed, she doesn't notice, and zombie eats her out with his tongue. Because it's funny, because, you know, if woman getting fucked in the ass in fucking Thanksgiving was too highbrow for you, don't worry, we got you covered in this movie. So she gets killed when the zombie literally eats her out. He starts by licking her and then bites down when she sees him. So the scouts go and try to save people at the party. They succeed in saving the Fry. Oh, by the way, the Fry is pretty much almost raped by her boyfriend, who only has 2 lines in this, and the film makes him out to be the biggest asshole ever with his 3-4 lines of dialogue before he's killed off. Just fuck this movie, man. So they go in, they save her, they save some of the other party goers that we don't really see or know. And they escape town. And David Koechner's zombie gets blowed up by the army, because the army comes after all for some reason, even though the movie said that they were going to blow up the town. It's supposedly tells you that, like, a badass cocktail waitress got in touch with the military, but from what they were saying, it sounded like it was really far away, so they couldn't do it. But then they sent her being like, they sent her saying like, okay, we're gonna get these people, we're gonna get out of town and meet you there tomorrow. So, and then, like, they live happily ever after. No one gets turned into a zombie through bites, because no one gets bitten, even though you kind of think that would come up after they showed a guy, a non-important character, turning into a zombie through a bite, but it never comes back. Just, fuck this movie. This is, like, one of the worst movies I have seen all year. This is going on my top 10 list. This is worse than War Room. At least War Room is, like, so bad, but you can't help but laugh at, like, why was this even made? You can see why this was made. This had an interesting concept, but it's written like a fucking Happy Madison movie. But it's not Happy Madison. It's just so mind-numbingly fucking dumb and stupid. Just Jesus. So I'm just gonna check my notes and see what trailers we got, because I'm so pissed off this movie I can't even think of what fucking trailers we got. If you want my advice, don't fucking go see this. At all. At all. So, trailers, we got nothing new. We got Point Break, Deadpool, and I think that's it. We got one other trailer, but it wasn't like anything new. The only good thing I can say about this movie is that they showed a Red Band trailer at a Red Band movie. Good. Another reason why this movie doesn't work is because who's the audience for this? I like gross out humor and I like lowbrow humor at times. Like I said, I like American Pie. There's a fucking scene in that where dude, his hand gets like caught, super glued to his fucking cock. Or there's another scene where like a guy gets peed on thinking it's champagne. Like, I'm not attuned to thinking these things are funny. Like, I think it's just, there has to be reasons and explanations behind things. You can't just throw shit at the screen and expect people to find it funny. And the thing is, a lot of this gross out humor is so lowbrow, so juvenile, that the people who would like this movie are kids, but this movie is fucking hard R. I think the funniest thing I've seen on this is I went on Rotten Tomatoes to see just how badly this movie was doing, and the only positive review said basically, even the positive review was shit-talking this movie. The positive review said, the people who are the same age as the same age and maturity of the characters in this film will get a kick out of this film. That's basically saying, oh, if you're a dumb piece of shit, you're gonna like this movie. Basically, like, just fuck. Final thoughts on this. Don't go see it. Do not. It is a giant waste of time. Save your money, save your $7 or $11, get Netflix, and watch Dead Snow. Dead Snow does everything this movie does, but better. Dead Snow has Russian zombies fighting Nazi zombies, and there's a scene where they're rampaging through a town, killing people in bloody ways, which include blowing up a woman and her baby. And they even make that funny, because, like, the woman is, like, running away with, like, the carriage, and they shoot her with a tank, and you hear, like, wah! Like, the baby go, wah! Like, or even they made the necrophilic, like, the necrophilia side of sleeping with a zombie seem funny. In Dead Snow at the end, like, the protagonist brings his dead girlfriend back from the first movie. And, like, she's, like, rotting and decomposed. Like, she's not, like, better and normal. She's actually, like, 5 weeks decomposed, and he's like, I love you, honey. She's like, Go watch Dead Snow 2. Dead Snow 2 is a better zombie comedy movie than this could ever dream of being. I don't normally give an actual score of movies. I just say either go see it, full price, cheap seats, wait, or don't go. This is a don't fucking go. No amount of booze or drugs could make this movie good. If I could give this movie a score, I'd give it like a -1 or a 0. This movie makes the worst Happy Madison film look good. I am going to watch The Shambling Dead next week, and I guarantee you the spoof written by who the fuck knows who is better than this goddamn piece of shit movie. So, I will be doing a video next week of Spectre, for sure, and I will be doing a comparison video to The Shambling Dead. If you like this video, click down below. Comment on it. Offer me up your opinions of this movie. What you think of this travesty. and subscribe to my channel. The button right down there, I think. So, see you guys next time. Bye.